Man discovers cave art while potholing, like the story commence. Craig was potholing, looking at caves and things like that, gone down deep into caves as a pastime. Never been in this one. Nobody had dared to go into this one. Really tight, really tight, sort of. You've got to be some sort of fucking loony to go down, do what he was doing. A loony. Just like your dad up in Juniper Hill. Alone. He's alone. Name the film, everybody. Stand By Me, that's right. And you could put, people said that there's, maybe there's something interesting in there. You might think, why don't they like stick cameras in? Why don't they sort of like go around make it? You got to go really deep into these caves that go on and on and on. And anyway, it's against the kind of like the rules, if you know what I mean, unspoken rules. Like, why go down there with a camera? Why go down if you could just stick a camera down? It's just against the ethos, the code, Caver's code. And so he was going down, and it's fucking tight. He thought, I'm going to end up as a YouTube video. I'm going to end up as a fucking urban myth type of thing. Something like that. And then he fell and splashed. And then climbed out. Fucking dark. God, his lights went off. So what's this? Managed to get the light working again. And he looked about. He was in a cave. It had a big like pool in the middle. And he looked about. And there's cave art there. And the cave art was like all caveman looking. And it was a drawing of like a big sort of circle thing with a wee guy at the bottom, with a wee opening at the top. And skeletons and things like that. And Craig looked up with his light and saw that he'd fallen for quite a height into that pool, and basically he was in what looked like a fucking a still. That's what it's called. A still? Am I talking shite? Like whiskey distillery. Is that what it's called? A distillery still. I kind of like if you picture something like that, but a lot bigger. He'd fallen down something like that and into that, and he was not getting it. He was not getting it. The cave paintings depicted whoever fucking painted it. People there dying. They looked about. Yeah, there was skeletons. That I'm fucked. Many people done it. So he did a bit of painting himself. He had a pen. He did it with a modern pen. So that was what they had at that time, whatever that was. This is what we've got at this time. I'm going to use a Sharpie. And whoever finds this will find me. And then he was just about to gear up. He thought, wait a minute. There was lots of bones. Lots of people had died. I know. And you know what he did? He piled them up and made like a kind of ladder. And he managed to get out of there on the ladder made out of the bones of the people who had come before him. And he climbed out and he got stuck at that bit. He thought, oh no. How ironic would it be that I've managed to get up here and I get stuck at that? But that'd be like some sort of Alanis Morissette fucking song. He eventually got out And he told his story, and he got like millions, became rich. Really, really rich. Big house, Beverly Hills sort of thing. One of the ones that jut out for the hill. Hollywood Hills. How did he tie them together? He had like rope, but rope's fucking useless to get up somewhere. When you're down there, there's nothing to catch on. There was nothing to like, I'll just chuck that up there and it'll hook on. It was all kind of round and smooth, do you know what I mean? But he managed to tie the bones together. Do you know what I mean? He's rich. He had everything that he wanted and managed to get about 2 or 3 books at it. He's on Oprah and all that. Rich. Respected. He fell asleep one night and he got woke up to this. Woke up and he could see, he didn't switch on the light, but he could see the moonlight. There were skeletons. Skeletons. And they went like that. You got rich. After us. On our backs. Quite literally. You must pay the price. And Craig said, what is it you would have me do? Honour us. And Craig said, but I mentioned yous in the book. Honour us, honour us, honour us. Craig switched on the light. There's nothing there. The next day, he got in touch with Oprah and said, I need to come in and go on air immediately. He said, but we've got, what's her name? That poet woman. Maya Dan Angela Angela. Craig went, she's dead. Well, we've got on aye, right enough. Well, come on in. And he came in and he went like that. I will be going back into the cave to bring those skeletons back and honour them. The way I want to do it though is I want to bomb the cave. I need help. Managed to get a big team together and see the everything that was above that bit that he fell down. They just fucking blew it up, bit by bit, blew it up until it was all open. And he was looking, I was like, fuck me, there it was. Look, that's where I landed. But now it's safe. It's all out in the open now. And he took them out and I buried them. An open cave now. Now you could see it from above, a nice wee safe dome to look in and see that's where it happened. And he buried them nearby in a graveyard that you could visit and pay your respects. And that was really, people, that's really fucking decent of him to do that. Really, really decent of him to do that. Unfortunately, he lost the plot one night. He just kind of lost it. He got into meth and he got dead horny. And he came back and he dug up the graves and he shagged the bones. You know the hollow of the thigh bone. He he tried to pump it, but there's no bone marrow left, for like lubrication because it's all dried up. So he for kind of fake bone marrow, he found some dog shite on his way there, and he put dog shit into it to make it look like bone marrow, and that acted as lubricant, and he gave that a right good fucking pump. And he was that ashamed of himself when he sort of straightened up that he killed himself, and he did that by ripping his wrists open with bones. The end. And that is actually a true story. How do I know? Because I saw it. I saw the guy do it. And I couldn't believe my fucking eyes. I said to him, "You are so far gone, man. What are you doing?" And he told me everything that happened. But wait, Limmy, if that's true, how come I don't remember seeing him in Oprah? How come I've never heard of this on YouTube or in the news or like Twitter? How come? Because what I didn't mention is that all this happened on another planet. Another planet where they got the same sort of stuff happening as here. Kind of dimension sort of thing, or dimension. And I went there because I banged my head. And yeah, that's what happens. You go there.